Well, Rob, we're just days away now from Stade Francais, last eight of the Amlin Challenge Cup. Massive occasion for the club. What's your thoughts ahead of it all?
Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because I know we'll play well in it. You know, every time we've gone to Europe and played against some of these well-established French clubs, we've always put in a big performance and a big shift from all the guys. That's what I'm assuming will happen again. And if that happens, you know, we'll be in the game and it'll be very interesting. All I've said to the players is it's their job to get in the thick of it, be right in the mix, enjoy every moment of it, and take this great opportunity to become a better player and therefore ourselves become a better team. Because, you know, down the line, if we stay successful in the Premiership this year, then the Heineken Cup's a real possibility. And this is just the kind of experience you have to be able to thrive on. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I know the players are. We've had a short turnaround, but we've come through really fit, strong from the weekend. You know, the guys look running top of the ground this morning. Amlin sharp. You know, the couple of injury issues we had have cleared up very quickly, which says to me, you know, we've got a really keen group of players who are determined to get over there and play. As I say, you know, if we're in it, we'll be a good side.
You're going into it with real good form behind you, though. I think it's one defeat since the turn of the year in the league. How much confidence can you take from that?
Yeah, we've had some real challenges. You know, not least kind of, you know, having to play Leicester, and we came through a tough game there. You know, we've a couple of tough away games. You know, coming through a real tough final quarter at Gloucester to grab the win at the end. You know, so we've had some challenges. This will be a different one, primarily obviously because of the distance we're travelling, and it's a team that, you know, it's not a team we've played before, and obviously, you know, we don't really know how they're attacking this competition. So, you know, it'll be interesting, but interesting is what you're in the Premiership for. Will it be tough? I've kind of said to the players, I hope it's tough. You know, I hope it's really tough. I hope they look at each other after the game and go, we've come through something special there, because experiencing it and coming through it is what will make us better. And that's the most important thing for me. The most important thing for me is to experience something this Thursday that, like I say, we can look around and we can talk about, and we've dealt with it and we feel comfortable with it.
You've learnt experience in the past from travelling to France with Bourgoin, with Montpellier, and this season Perpignan, bare pits of venues really sometimes. Yeah. And the boys have come through with credible performances every time. Yeah,
and that's what gives me confidence in it. I look around at them now; they're looking ready, and I know there'll be a lot of nerves, you know, pre-match. But when we're nervous and when we're edgy and we know there's a something big coming at us, we're a good side. When we get out and fight, you know, we're a useful team. The key for me is making sure we also have the confidence to really play and attack the game, because there are areas of the game we can really attack. You know, obviously, you know, when you go to France, it's massively important your set piece holds up. You know, every French team takes a great deal of pride in that, and particularly Stade. You know, they've got a very good driving game from the line out. The scrum is very, very solid, and they've got some top performers in there. But you know, we're doing okay in those departments as well. And as I've said, you know, the key for me is we have the confidence to attack the game, but we also have that bit of nervous energy that really kind of gets the adrenaline flowing and gets us pumped up for what will be a big physical contest as well.
As always, you've done your homework on Stade. What sort of threat do they pose?
It's difficult, really. I mean, there are threats everywhere, and I think that's the issue for us. You know, we're very aware that they've got players who can maybe slip tackles and make breaks and offloads. They score a lot of their tries from kind of individual moments of brilliance, and we just have to be able to deal with that. You know, if they score a try that we can't defend, you just got to deal with it. You know, as long as we don't let things deflate us. Our defensive system has stood up really well in the Premiership. You know, if you can defend well in the Premiership, you can defend well in Europe. You know, I'm expecting us to have great energy in that department. And as I say, I think we'll be able to deal with most things that come at us. But we have to be able to bounce through the odd mistake or the odd error and just get back to our game and try and make as big a period of the game about ourselves as we can.
You've talked about the excitement of it all, but it's exciting for our fans as well going over there. There's a large number heading to Paris. They've acted and they've played their part along the way as well.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the best thing about our supporters in the team is they really kind of live it together. You know, it doesn't really matter where we go, whether it's kind of in the shed at Gloucester or, you know, corner of a stadium in Perpignan. You know, they're in it together, and you can really feel the atmosphere they create. The players obviously really appreciate it, but I think they appreciate it because it's real heartfelt support. It has been since before we got in the Premiership, and it's just one of the things that makes playing for Exeter, you know, wherever we go, very special. It's something we've got to make sure we don't take for granted. We've got to work very hard to make sure that bond between our supporters and the people away from the playing side of the club remains very strong, and that's part of my job and part of the players' job to make sure that, you know, we're the kind of people who people want to come and watch and want to support and want to be part of. We've done that very well so far, And as I say, going over and playing in Stade Francais is another opportunity for us to go and show we're a good side wherever we go.
You talked about the quick turnaround, and there were scares there on Saturday with some of the injury concerns, but thankfully a lot of them are back out there now and running around, which must be a huge boost. Everybody came off with bumps and bruises, or everybody we were concerned about has come through being declared 100% fit. Some of them would probably come through being 100% fit. They've broken their arms and legs. That's how desperate they are to play. But physically we're in good nick. We look energetic. We look enthusiastic. We're in a good place physically and mentally for this stage of the season. A lot of teams at this stage are already looking forward to their holidays. We're certainly not. We're looking forward to seeing how many games of rugby we can win. And this is the first one. So we'll get over there. We'll put in a big energetic performance. And if we're thereabouts in that final quarter, it'll be a very interesting game for us, because we're good. We're good when the game comes down to the wire. I think we'll get stuck in over there. And as I said, as long as we perform and the guys attack the game, and I'll give them every backing to go over there and attack the game and really try and win it, then I'll be happy whatever the result. When we play like that, as we've seen in the Sale game, the Gloucester game, the London Irish game, when we play with real attacking intent, we're a good side, and we'll give ourselves every chance to win. Finally, Rob, the last 12 months we've seen the side really come through and gain from experiences in Europe and in the Premiership. Are you beginning to see them move on to that next level that you asked for?
Yeah, I think there's a confidence there. There's a confidence in their individual ability and the team ability, but I think we also understand what it means when you start to get a little bit comfortable. I mean, the reality is the last 2 or 3 wins we put in, they're not vital wins in the history of Exeter Chiefs. We're a team second in a second season in the Premiership, and avoiding relegation and building on a season little by little is all you really need to do to establish good foundations. Now, we've exceeded that. That says to me that these players are learning through this kind of transition period about being desperate to win, because you want to avoid relegation, to being desperate to win because you want to be a good player and you want to be a good team. And we're starting to see that. We're starting to see it a lot earlier than I thought we would, if I'm honest. But it's a transition that's taking place now, and we're thriving on. And the key for me and the rest of the management group is to make sure we keep pushing forward and we keep encouraging these players to be the best they can be for what they can achieve and for how ambitious they want to be.